Hey folks, I'm Mr. Lang, and if you're watching this, it means that you have requested AP Biology for next school year, and it doesn't mean that you've got AP Biology, it just means you've requested it, but I wanted you to have this going into summer so that you know what the summer work was. I've actually pared it down a little bit from previous years, but there's some stuff that you really need to be able to understand before you come in, and I want you to be thinking about science as we go through the summer because there's a chance that you're going to get this class and then you're going to engage in one of the most rigorous academic experiences that Colchester has to offer with me every single day next year, which would be fun. Anyhow, so basically, you're going to go to my website, just go to the school's faculty page and scroll down till you find me, click on it, it'll bring you here. And then you're going to go to classes and go down to AP Bio and go down to summer work. All pretty simple. And then the things that you're going to do are right here. There's two assignments actually around fish data. We'll talk about that. There is a day two test that you'll be taking the second day that we're back from summer break. And then I'm going to have you read something scientific. So I want to talk about each one of these. If you click on the summer work tab, it'll bring you to sort of a summary, like an introduction sort of thing. And realize again, you're not necessarily on my roster for AP Biology. I am just sending this out so that you know what you will be completing if you do get the course. And we'll go from there. So each of the different assignments are linked here. So there's stuff here that you can do. Once you are officially in AP Biology, you can join the Google Classroom class. Don't do it now because you may not actually get you may not actually get the class. So, but that's the join code for Google Classroom, which is where you'll turn everything in. And there's also any extra materials that you need, like the data sets for the fish data analysis, can be found there as well. You can find them here too. But so read something scientific literally is just what it sounds like. Spend a little time reading through this assignment. One of the things about AP Biology is that there's a lot of independent learning that happens by default because there's not enough time for me to go over everything. So you approach topics on your own, and then I help debug any issues that you have with those topics. So I want you to be able to figure out that sort of stuff. So ideas for things that you could do. Like you could read a book like The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. It's fantastic. Your Inner Fish, also really neat. And The Secret Life of Lobsters, all scientific, all sort of interesting, and all nonfiction. I don't think there's a place for fiction here, but if you have something you really want to do with fiction, let me know and I will consider it. You could pick a topic and find some research in the form of journal articles. You could go and find some clinical trials to read through and try and understand. Um, if you do that, let me know and I can help you unpack some of that stuff as we go through this summer. This is going to result in a Google slideshow that you're going to turn into Google Classroom that we may present in class in the first couple of weeks um, about the thing that you read and the thing that you experienced. And you want to make sure that in that Google slideshow, there's a basic summary of the resource that you chose, why you chose the thing that you chose, the connection to biology, what you got, do you recommend it, why or why, and anything else that you think is pertinent. So that's the first assignment. It's probably the simplest assignment. Well, second simplest. And really it is, I would urge you to go interest based. So if you're interested in neurobiology, do something with neurobiology. If you're interested in, maybe becoming a surgeon or something like that, find something along those lines. If you're not interested in pursuing biology after high school, that's totally fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But maybe you can find something related to biology that does sort of stoke your passion. So um, find something to read that's scientific or vaguely scientific, that is nonfiction, and create a little presentation about it and how great it was or not great it was. Either way is fine. So that's number one. Data analysis. This is something maybe you want to start working on pretty soon. If you haven't had statistics yet, you're not going to understand how to do this. It's a different kind of way of looking at data and whether or not data is significant or findings are significant in any study. Um, so what you're going to do is there are two sort of, the first one is not open-ended. It's a pretty closed circuit assignment where I'm asking you to do something, and I'll let you discover what that something is. And the second one is very open-ended, and you're going to choose from two different data sets, either the anemone fish or the lionfish acclimatization data sets. And you are going to look at those data sets and you are going to determine a question that you think the data can answer and figure out a way to do that. So, I mean, that's what scientists do. It's open-ended, it's uncomfortable because it's open-ended, um, but that's okay. A lot of what we do this year is going to be a little bit open-ended because it's not, it's kind of cookbooky, but it's less cookbooky than the labs that you've done in the past. So puzzle data set, I put a July 10th due date on there. Um, it's really just to have you be thinking about it and have Google Classroom like prompt you to work on it. If you're having trouble with it, you can reach out and contact me. I check my email every couple of days. So if you're having trouble, even in the summer, so if you're having trouble, I can absolutely help you with that. But also, I did and do yourself a favor. Don't go here until you have spent a couple of hours being really gritty and actually trying to understand how to do it. Um, Figure out how to do this before you go and check it. If you got the wrong solution, the learning that you'll do by going and seeing my solution is going to be far more valuable than it would be if you hadn't sort of toiled away and really grappled with the ideas. So grapple with the puzzle data, really try to solve it. And if you have a really hard time, you can go and you can see my solution. Before you go here to see my solution, you should actually, before you even look at the puzzle data, you should come down here to resources. These are videos that I have made. For anyone who's not into spreadsheets and using spreadsheets for doing basic math for you, this video is going to open your eyes and you're never going to average something with a calculator again. You should watch this. Um, you might want to watch this one on graphing and finding rate change through slope. That is a handy one. And um, this is just a link to the spreadsheet that I used in the video so you can sort of look at it and mess around with it. Then down here, this is what's really going to help you if you haven't had statistics yet. This is how to make and interpret a 2 times SEM bar graph in Google Sheets. This is the first part, and then I ran out of time. It's at least 15 minutes long because I ran out of time recording. And then I finish it up down here. So you can do it in Excel, you can do it in Google Sheets. I did this one in Google Sheets just because it's free and available to everyone, and not everyone always has access to Excel. If you do, Excel is a little bit better and sometimes a little bit easier to use. Just keep that in mind. And we can go through sort of the intricacies of the differences and the relationships between them. Last thing that you've got is the day 2 test prep. That's going to be right here. College Board has deemed that knowledge and understanding of various cell parts is prerequisite knowledge for AP biology, and depending on what biology class you took, lab or experimental, you did learn about different organelles. However, you may have forgotten about them, and it's really important that you understand what each of what each of them do. So questions are going to be a mixture of word-oriented and picture-oriented styles. So there are links to the diagrams that will be on there right here. You can just click on them and you can see those diagrams. And then you want to know the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. You want to know the difference between a plant and animal cell. You want to know what the nucleus is and what it does. You want to know what ribosomes are and what they do. You want to know what the endoplasmic reticulum is and what it does. You want to know what the Golgi is and what it does, lysosomes, so on and so forth. You want to be a little more clear on the mitochondria, that it's just the powerhouse of the cell, because if you don't know why it's the powerhouse of the cell or what it does, you definitely want to know that. And we're going to get into that next year as well. So, then also there's some learning targets down here that you want to make sure make sure that you're familiar with. And there will be an actual AAA test on the second day of class. You're going to walk in the first day. I'm going to give you a chance on that first day to ask me questions about these various organelles. And the second day, as soon as you walk into class, I'm going to put a AAA in front of you about these. So you want to be familiar with them. There's no due date associated with this because the due date, I guess, is the day before the test, so you can ask me questions. However, if you aren't thinking about this, before then, you're probably doing AP Biology wrong. One last thing, I've got about 5 minutes left. I'm not going to take that long, but one last thing that I want to say is that this class is a ton of work. I've never had anyone tell me that it wasn't worth doing the work once they completed the class. It is challenging work. There's a lot of it. And I think that it's at a level that it challenges the best students at Colchester High School and brings out the best in all the students that take the class. If you are signed up for this class because you want to push yourself in science, or you're just interested in science and you want to see what it's like at a much higher level than you've ever experienced at Colchester High School, unless you've taken AP Chemistry or AP Physics and then you've seen it, then that's the right reason for being in this class. If you're taking this class because somebody else is taking it, you think you should be, you're going to have a really hard time motivating to do the work at a level that's going to be acceptable for the class. So if you want to have an in-person discussion or a Zoom discussion about your choice to take this class, I would be happy to do that to help you make the right choice. One last thing, if you're getting this email and you're like, oh, I'm not taking AP Biology anyways, just know that I wouldn't have emailed you if you weren't on the list for having requested it, and perhaps it's time to just let guidance know so that they can clear space for someone else if you aren't planning on taking it. So I think next year is going to be awesome. I hope that you think next year is going to be awesome as well, and I hope to see you there. Take care and have a great summer.